Flat of British, Martin speaking. Hi guys, good day. Happy Saturday. Trying to sort my light out. I just need to come live for a couple of minutes and share some information. All good. Not all good. I'm just going to cover some of that Grenfell stuff last night. The Grenfell Tower Fire protests that I watched live last night. I had a link of my kind friend T, Marshall, as you all know, for a live stream by a YouTuber, President Trump. There was 1,200 people in the live stream, all sound asleep, but quite a few purple pillars halfway there. So I brought a flat earth and I basically made a little screen capture of it, a little screen-o-matic capturing the flat earthers turning up and getting somewhere with the people in the chat. It was really good. That fucking boy, that boy. I'm just going to see if I'm actually here at all, okay? Because I could be actually talking to myself again. Actually, Ian. There you are, I'm here. So stick with me, guys. We're going to be looking at some stupid stuff today, like the deep Hubble ultra deep space image, which I was on basically when I got up this morning after the events of the last 24 hours, which are always exciting. I went on, I woke up, had a cup of coffee, and went on Expose the Truth, the Dread show, as you all know Dread, don't you? I'll put a link in the descriptions box. So it was a real good hangout where they were discussing parallax and the fact that the stars do not change over time. Well, we're going on the surmisation that we are actually thousands of years old, our civilization, which I am not actually thinking this time around is that old. I'm thinking that they've had reset over and over again, and our past is not that far into the past. So let me just I'll cover all this in a minute, guys, one thing at a time, I think. First, I'll cover Grenfell of last night, right? Now, this live feed got quite good with the flat earth, Truth bombed them, had a bit back. Now, what happened was you had thousands of people and a fella called Martin, although this Martin was sound asleep. He was, going from the beast states, the way they think about things, okay? Now, thousands of them marched to the Home Office, and then from there, they marched to the site of the Grenfell fire, okay? Now, it's all fed live, so you can watch it all, but when they got to the site of the fire, there was a vitriol, like a religious vitriol, with thousands of people all holding candles and singing. Very, very buzzy atmosphere. But on the sides of the streets were all vans packed up with like vandalism and dreadlocks in the back. That was their homes, because their home was that tower block. This is like, they're saying 30 dead, but the people in the area seem to think hundreds dead. Now, they cannot shove this cat back in the bag. It's out what they've done. And people are starting to wake up. They have not helped themselves. They definitely done this on purpose. They murdered 9/11. Everyone is scratching their head. I had a video linked to me last night from some American vlog where he's like, what? The towers didn't fall? The tower didn't fall? And it was burnt from top to bottom, gutted. Yet 9/11, top floors or right 3/4 of the way up, and they fall free fall. This is serious questions going to be asked after this tower fire concerning 9/11. But there are overlaps into 9/11. This Lowry dude who's implicated with something to do with the property developers, these landlords that were doing this high-end posh development in the area. So I was watching it live for a couple of hours, wondering whether they would riot or whether government infiltrators would come in and instigate a riot, like the way they did in Occupy Wall Street, or the day of the fire, when they're like, the fire is behind, people are burning to death, and they're round collecting money off people with a bucket, saying, let's collect money for the people who are not actually yet dead. They're still burning behind us. That's some sick shit. That's not the people of the community. That's people put in place. So did it kick off last night? Oh, yeah. There was a little disturbance, but today, guys, today is so hot. And tomorrow, it's going to be 30 plus in London. It's going to be. These people have got nowhere to live. They're going to get pissed off. People are angry. People are waking up. Our cities all over the country, Manchester, Glasgow, Birmingham, all with major marches in sympathy of this tower fire and what's happened. I don't know if Cardiff, the city I've had one, I don't know. But all the cities. Russia, they're keeping it mainly out of the mainstream. They'll only show you clips. But 100 Russian cities have had civil uprisings and revolution almost against the Putin regime. So this is kicking off right across the plain. To me, it feels like Britain's a bit fucked at the moment. considering they can make you stay in your house and burn to death, So just stick with me for a bit, guys. I just want to show you something I made. This is one I made earlier. Some time ago, Nathan Oakley, Nathan, he sent me a tripod for a lector to hold books. So I could hold a book by ear and read about it while it was for my vlogs. But I've worked out other ways since then. But check it out, tripod. So I've got a map and I've got a coast 2 miles away. I'm going to get down there. Our friend Chris Effie Jackson, he got out there. I'm going to show you a little experiment he done for absence of curvature. It's not a great deal of distance, but I get further than that from here. But it's really got my part of the world on it, so I will show you. So are you okay today, guys? Is everyone happy? I'm going back out in the garden now. I came in here so I could get my little bit of information out and basically not be hassled to death by neighbours. But it hasn't been that bad today. People are generally nice. So Chris Effie Jackson done a little video whereas he went down to the coast in Devon where he lives, a place called Watch It, and he used his curvature calculator, and there should be 69 foot of ball in the way. So I will bring this up on the so thank you, Effie, Chris Jackson. If you would have told me, I could have gone on the other side and waved to you going, Curry, over here. If you'd said, no, not really. I'm quite about 7 miles from Aberfoyle Power Station, where he shows you, or I will show you right now. So this is Chris Effie Jackson's video of this morning, showing absence of curvature. Okay, now, as you can see there, let's blow it up. You get a grand total of 68 feet of ball in the way. So let's play this a little bit. The only reason I'm playing it is because you get to see my house. Well, more or less. So there's your make-believe horizon, which people keep thinking is there, and they're not listening to old Martin. Well, less the old young Martin about this absence of curvature, So 14 miles. Right, let's have a look. So I live by here, over by here, and he's across the water. I've got a map of this so I can do good measurement out on about. I will go to this point here called Lavernock. He's over there in Watch It. Okay. I live up by here in Cardiff, which is just next to this compound. So from there to there, it's not a great deal, but curvature should be detected. So there it is, my local power station, which gives me my electricity, and it is Aberfoyle Power Station. Also, the chimneys next to it are Aberfoyle Cement Works, which is just up by here, that chimney there. So there you go, right down to the beach. I can assure you that because I know this part of the world very well. I'm from there, and he's got a beautiful close-up. And as you can see with that shot, he'd go a damn sight further. Guys, right up next to it. You could treble, or quadruple his shot. Nice bit of work, Chris. Okay. Back across the Bristol Channel to the beach at Watch It. And he's quite low there as well, as you can see. It won't matter because, that's on the coast across the way. 14 miles, zip to the South Walian coastline. Aberfoyle Power Station. So, really good, Chris. Really good. There's definite absence of curvature going on there, my old boy. Stop sharing. So I live here, just up there, Cardiff. Okay, so Chris, not bad, eh? There's a lot of stuff going on about why I'm looking at the deep Hubble space field. I'll just go into the narrative of it, or what they're saying, and why I think it's impossible. They took a shot a couple of years back using what they say is the Hubble Space Telescope. I know that thing is not there, okay? So the Hubble Space Telescope is in the back of a NASA jumbo jet. If you don't believe me, look online. It exists, okay? Doors open, telescope, they do their shit. But they didn't pick this up because it doesn't exist. No, they say that they focused on an exposure on a square centimetre of the sky, right, just next to the moon, okay? And the exposure was over a 4-day period, picking up a image of endless galaxies in deep space. Okay, but what about the heliocentric model and the fact we're supposed to be doing, 67,000 miles an hour and 1,000 miles an hour on our axial rotation and 500,000 into the galactic core and endless. So we've managed, they're trying to say that they've managed to, it's my door. You'll have to excuse me a second, guys. Only 1 second, guys. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. If somebody come in spreading the joy my way, but I'm already joyed up, don't need it. So hello people in chat. I'm going to talk about the Hubble space, deep space image. Now, if you can imagine this telescope, which is apparently, right, the ball spinning, but it's also moving different directions at the same time. I was on Exposed to Truth when I got up this morning with Dredd. We were talking about parallax and stupid orbital mechanics. and we showed the image that you see of the sun cascading and dragging all of these planets and wandering stars, and not doesn't show their moons or the asteroid belt or any other anomalies, but just the planetary bodies spinning endlessly into whatever. Now, so this Hubble Space Telescope just stays there in statutory orbit, okay, and it points at a point an inch square next to the moon. The moon, in their model, in their heliocentric model, moves. It's all moving relative, apparently, to the heliocentric model. So, pray tell, how could they get a fixing for 4-day exposure to receive the ultra deep space image? It's impossible. Okay, the parallax kills it anyway. There's no such thing as light speed, 186,000 miles per second. That doesn't exist. Okay, they just add these ridiculous speeds because it's the only way they can explain the distance of parallax. Basically, this thing should change daily. If they basically the impossible speeds we're supposed to be cascading through this emptiness of space, you would notice a change in the stars above you on a daily basis. Would be apparent to you. Orion would not be in the same place. Going on the antiquity exists and the star charts way back. Okay, now I'm just going to show you a little bit about if you don't know, which you probably do know if you're a flat earther, about the ultra deep space image. Okay, it's a bit of a numpty, meaning numpty in British language is it's nonsense. Okay, but I'm showing you because I want to show you the level of absurdity in these space programs. Okay, especially the space telescope that they sent up. Okay, but it doesn't work. It needs a set of spectacles. So the most advanced lens in human history, polished with human hair for a decade, they say. But it needs a pair of specs. So we're going to send up the space shuttle, send some people out on a spacewalk who have been trained in the moon pool, but they're still in the pool, with their spanners to make a repair on said space telescope. Oh, now, it's not up there, but this is the ludicrous shit. They're getting worse now with their terrace, or their whatever the name of their new solar system is. Okay. Ultra Hubble Deep Field, okay, is an image of small region of space in a constellation of Fornax containing an estimated 10,000 galaxies. It was composited, guys, okay, the optimum word, look it up if you don't know what that word means, from Hubble Space Telescope data accumulated over a period from the September the 24th to January the 16th, 2004. Excuse me, I made a mistake. In my efforts not to exaggerate the amount of exposure time, I've underestimated by 3 months, from 24th of September 2013 to January the 16th the next year. Okay, they set this exposure, this apparent square of space, looking back approximately 13 billion years into the past. Okay, between 400 and 800 million years after the Big Bang. Okay, whatever. It has been used to search for galaxies that existed at that time. The HUDF image was taken in a section of sky at a low density of bright stars in the near field, allowing much better viewing of dimmer, more distant objects. In August and September of 2009, the Hubble's deep field was expanded using an infrared channel and recently attached the Wide Field Camera 3, which combined with existing UHDF data, astronomers were able to identify a new list of potentially very distant galaxies. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. It doesn't say that. It's what it means to me, guys. Located southwest of Orion in the southern hemisphere constellation of Fornax, the southern hemisphere, where most of the world's population isn't. Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go into that anymore because it's basically giving me a headache just reading it. But we'll look at this image of what they're proposing is out there, up in the sky. Not that the sky means shit to a flat earther, because we will never know. There it is. So they're saying when you look up in a small black bit of sky with a telescope that only they got, and basically is apparently leased out 10 months of the year to military spy operations, just to permeate the myth that the thing actually exists. But it's not, because they got a telescope on top of a jet plane, which NASA on the side of the jet plane, and it's on YouTube and on Google. So look for it for yourself. So what you find by the second lot of galactic panouts of the deep space regions, they get more detailed and they give you a bit of color. So they're trying to say that these are literally trillions and trillions of stars and worlds, and they're in this small pocket of space, and this is everywhere you see in the sky. And basically, this is just permeating the myth that you are useless, you are nothing, you are less than nothing, you are a flea on a gnat's ass. Nothing. That's what they want you to believe. But the fact is the opposite. You couldn't be more important. You are super, super important. You are on God's creation, meaning God made this creation, and you are very, very special. Okay? Can you see how they done this brainwashing operation of pretending that is a real thing? I joined a thing when I was a Globetard called Galaxy Zoo. I wonder if I'm actually still with these people. I am embarrassed to admit this, guys. I am really embarrassed to admit this. But I used to spend Galaxy Zoo. I used to spend about 2 hours a day, maybe more, analysing galaxies for Galaxy Zoo. What you do is you go through a selection and you register with them, and you analyse whether it's a globular cluster or a anti-clockwise or a clockwise galaxy, or anomalous. And basically, when you get up 200,000, I think it was, entries on Galaxy Zoo, they would have given me a scientific paper, virtual, of course. Okay, and then you get the W map, which is insanity. Apparently, they have used the Chandra, and they've mapped out all of the background cosmic radiation, and they say this is the observable universe to a point. And the unusual thing about it is it's uniform in nature, not a big empty space here or a big empty space here, but literally covered. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. So anything that comes out of them is just basically it's like fairy stories. Only fairy stories are actually more realistic, guys, if I'm honest. So if you don't know about them, you probably do. If you're a flat earther, you're going to know this shit. But the exposure, when we're apparently moving at this incredible speed, dragging all of the world, all the planets apparently dragging in a heliocentric way, in fashion, in their on their elliptical plane. So they're on a plane, but they're not that way or that way. You know, they're on a plane around this galactic core, and it goes on and on and on, because they just make it all up. It's really simple, guys. We're on a flat plane. Okay. Now I want to show you some more about what happened. I'm going to end that there with the old excuse me. I've got some information to give you concerning a flat earther who's been working hard on a project, and I want to give him some props for his efforts. And this is Mr. Stan, a friend of mine you may know as Space Cowboy or Rockstar Space Cowboy. A gentleman lives in Londonland, and he's made an effort to make a sign, guys. Make a sign. Cost of sign is a bag of nails. And he's made a big fucking sign of flat earth, and he plans, hopefully this is going to be live streamed to give him a help. He's going to basically put it up. Hopefully this isn't going to cause problems with any deaths if he comes off on a motorway bridge and lands on a screen of a lorry, hopefully. But he's going to put it up on the London Ring Road, which probably gets tens of thousands a day on it, riding round, and he's going to make it big and fuck off and unmissable. So hats off. Anybody else want to make any flat earth banners for themselves? And why not put them up anywhere? People do it for birthdays. There's nothing more important than the fucking saving of humanity away from the slave state. And people do it for birthdays. What's wrong with us? I've done it. I put a Welsh flag on the fence out there. I posted it back 2 months ago. I put the earth is flat and left it at the traffic light so everybody who stopped could see it. And I filmed them and it worked. But unfortunately, a Globetard ripped it down and stole my flag. But whenever I go on meets, I'm going to take a flag of flat earth, so people know. I'm a badge for flat earth. I am a flat earth advert when I'm up. Okay, so I'll show you Stan and his effort. He's a real cool cat. And I'll tell you about my last hangout that I had when I met a really cool guy from Spain called Oliver. You don't know him yet, but you will do. Right, this is an email from my friend. He's not doing himself, Stan, because he's getting on a bit. No offense, mate. But as you can see, the effort is down for a really big sign, and it's standy outy too. So that's the for YouTube, Research Flat Earth YouTube. Let me just see if I've got another one from Stan today. Yes, I have. There he is. Check it out. So let's check out Stan's. Check it out, guys. So well done, Stan. That's going to be brilliant on the motorway bridge. And full effort made there from Stan. I'm really pleased about that. So we'll keep an eye on this, guys. I will keep an eye on it, and we'll try and see it when it's up on the motorway bridge, and that's going to wake some people up, definitely. Okay, excellent, Stan. Thank you for that. Let's go and pop in chat for a minute. I won't be around all day, guys, because it's burning hot and go back in the sun. I'll take you with me now for a bit. So, am I actually even here? Ah, there you are. Hey, Patricia Steele. Hello. Happy day. Happy Saturday. Rick Wood. Yeah, what do you think of Stan there, Rick? Not bad effort, is it? Bag of nails. Bag of paint. We can all do this shit, guys. This is just, they got a cottage industry to make this shit. I got this here, Rick. Rick Wood. Son? Yeah. I still got them from last year, Rick, right? These are, no, these are not the flies you've done. These are designed by someone else. But they're surreptitious, and it says it's outside, it's 0 degrees, and it ain't the weather, okay? And it says, trust yourself, not authority. Good advice. Open your minds and consider what others are suggesting. Oh, that's excellent advice. Decide for yourself what feels right. Well, I feel that I should do something about what the wrong I see in the world. It's like innocent people being told to stay in their block of flats while they're burned to death. That sort of thing, and pass it on. Well, pass it on indeed. Harvey Chuckles, you made it to a video I seen, Harvey Chuckles, by Jerin. He went on this Wolfie's website concerning curvature and tripods. And basically, you were on his comments saying, how fucking retarded we all are. Oh, you are a one, Harvey. You make me chuckle. So lovely. So we've got a Martin Lickety Split troll in chat. So I will obviously block him because we all know who that is and he's boring. His day's fucking numbered. So I want to show you a couple more things while I'm here. This is on my channel. I made it last night concerning this what turned out to be a riot after. But it was excellent in chat. You would have been proud of the flat earthers, guys. I put a link in, a few of us turned up, and it was really cool, I must admit. So where'd be my video that I made? Well, it was on Screen-O-Matic. Damn. 2 seconds, guys, bear with me. I seem to have lost my video. That's unfortunate. Maybe I never saved it. I don't know. Well, anyway, I did make a video, guys, but I'll just show you the Greenfell protests of last night because it kicked off. I think the country is ripe for a civil war, and it was, look, it's live now. Oh, no, that's Trump. There's protests outside the CNN towers live at the moment. But, yeah, let's go and visit their chat live stream. This guy, I pissed him off last night. I'm good at that. But they were nice. I had some, Martin, obviously it's not flat. Oh, yes, it is. And I came up with some great things to make you think, and actually got some success on this. So here's their live stream. It's a protest outside CNN, and yes, I get a response. And I'm doing a one-man radio. It's not chat radio, chat nothing. And here's flat and not a ball. Anyway, so this is my visit. So Greenfell protests last night, guys. Pretty heavy. So this was a 4-hour stream. Excuse the advert. Let's get to the nitty gritty of so this was last night, and it ran into early hours, and it's people working out what's been going on. A lot of people are still sound asleep, but protests right across the country today. I'm going to keep an eye on it all, guys, because I feel it my responsibility being flat earth British. This is what I watched live. A fella called Martin. He was sound asleep, saying, "Oh, thank you to the police. Oh, thank you for everything. You're so kind. You're so kind. Thank you for telling us to fucking stay in our apartments while we burn to death. Thank you very much. I'll make you some sandwiches later, officer." Blowing smoke up their ass. So don't buy that shit. I really don't like that. So the march went on, and then they ended up at a government building, which is the Town Hall for Kensington and Chelsea, and they basically ram it, or they raid it, or sort of rush it, which they're not showing on RT, obviously, because it's government mainstream and they will not show you. But there's a lot of people there, guys. Look at that guy. What's he looking at? What's he looking at, guys? You look at me shifty there. So there's going to be infiltrators in this, guys. A government paid to make people riot. It happened in my riots in the place where I live. There was beautiful music coming out of this church last night. It was really moving. So it's really good to see the people standing together. Now, all we got to do now is get these people to stand under the right cause. If all of these were in the street now, all chanting the earth is flat and knowing their reality and their real position in reality. This could be a beautiful new day. All of these would just wake up. What are you looking at, mister? Stop staring at the camera. Haven't you seen one before? Oi, that's better. So that's what's been going on in London. The shit is heating up. I'm going to keep an eye on this tonight because of the heat. I believe it's going to heat up. I believe there's going to be a riot. So there will be a riot. Okay. Let me just check my chat. I'm going to take you to the back garden where the sun is shining. Hey, Randy. Oh, he's a good man. We've got the garden now. I'm buffing. Stuart, you were there last night, my friend. This man here, ladies and gentlemen, see Stuart Melville. You all know Stuart Melville. Well, he's a fucking hero. He was in this chat stream last night. We had 1,200 people, maybe more, in that chat. And I think and me as well, Marilyn Wellsby. She was there with us. Noons Flower and also Arwin, the Flat Earthers. They came. Basically, we did all right, didn't we, Stuart? We had a few come back with normal questions, not just laughing at us and calling us retards. Because this has been a massive psychological operation, this has, guys. This tower on fire. It's been raised by gypsies. Hey, yeah, we got Ken. You're joking. No, it's beautiful blue sky. They probably had a day off because it's Saturday because of the crisis. The only one that came off good in this was the Prime Minister, that bitch May. And everyone was chanting, May out, because this morning she's had the worst, basically, figures in her career. Everyone hates her. Oh, God. Trolley, haven't I got any moderators in my chat? I know I had to do a reset because somebody went crazy on my ass and got rid of all my comments into my bin for me. Something I really want. Go and run back to your sock drawer, Tim. It's really boring. Oh, thanks, Andre. That's a bit gay, but I'll take it in a platonic sense because you're a flat earther. Thanks, brother. How hot is it in Cardiff, pal? Try 27, 28. Tomorrow is going to be 30 degrees. It is cooking, and I am cooking, and I am loving it. All right? I just love the heat. So, what other news? Well, as I said last night, I just watched Flat Earth Assholes meetings in Texas. That was pretty damn good. Quite a few Flat Earthers turned up. It is always good to see a collection of Flat Earthers together. I hope there was a few boys having a talk there, so I thought hopefully somebody sorted him out because he's run out of ganja. The police busted him. Problem is, like, when you tell 18,000 people you've got an ounce of weed in the car, I think you're going to have a copper watching, and I think it's safe to assume that he got himself busted. Stop spamming my fucking chat, you. All right, spam away. I thought it was abuse then. You're all right with that. Yeah, so chem-free day today, which is uncanny because yesterday it couldn't have been worse. But look what's been happening in the country. It's been really, really shit hot. Thank you, Martin D. I seen the video you had just uploaded this morning. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff just coming out lately. I was in a hangout a day ago with the Sun and Moon group, which is Karen, I can't pronounce the name, Pit Attack, and a few other Eternal Padawan, and a fella who's well known on YouTube, but he's in Spain, okay? Now, the Flat Earth is not big in Spain, guys. Shit. It's all right, wheel spin. Got the crash. His name's Oliver Ludlow. He's got a Spanish middle name. I'll put the link in the descriptions box. It translates, but his YouTube site is in Spanish, right? But he's got really, really good content. He's got 63,000 subscribers, and he's just on the cusp of getting, really well known on YouTube in his area, in his part of the world, Iberia. So I think he's got the potential to be really big on YouTube, this guy. He's just doing his exam as a lawyer, and he speaks brilliant English, and he's really, really up on all of this. He put a theory out there, she's sort of biblically related, but not really, whereas there's another light source except the sun and the moon. I asked him what evidence he had for this alternate light source, or this other light source, and he said the Bible, Genesis. In the beginning, God said, let there be light, and there was light, and then he makes the sun and the moon, so the light was there first. Well, you can't see this because if you're in the country and the sky's completely black on a black night, you can still see the outlines of trees and buildings. There's a light still permeating in the air, isn't there? It's still there. So there is a light. So he's put it out there. Is there another light source existing in ether except for the sun and the moon? And I think there might alternative to what the sun and the moon are doing, by the way. So that's what I've been doing today when I hung around in Dredge. Talked about stellar parallax and the absurdity of the orbital mechanics of their models, which is, once you look into it, insane. Light years, insane. Stars, insane. Just add another zero on the end and say it's 80 million years in the past. Oh, really? That's interesting. That long ago, eh? Okay. Yeah, the light you're seeing from that star that just travelled all that distance, 186,000 miles per second, just reached the cornea of your eye, happened, and you just seen it when the dinosaurs existed. Okay, whatever. See, they would have said that at one time, and I would have believed every word of it. Yes, lawyers are liars, Mary. That's the first thing I thought when he said he was going to be a lawyer, which is basically another word for liar. And yes, they are corrupt, and they do get people off on technicalities for money and everything else with really bad court cases. So yes, they're corrupt, but this fella's got to do something with his life. You know, he's really intelligent, and he's still a flat earther. Talking about flat earthers, Mad Mike. Kylie Sunshine posted late last night. You may have seen it. Our Kylie, she tracked down Mad Mike, who is apparently a flat earther, and apparently he's going to go up in a rocket ship or more. He's going to take a ballooner to, I think it's 60 odd miles, and he's going to leave the balloon in a rocket ship, all homemade, made with sticky back plastic and gaffer tape. I hope he's going to be okay. Apparently he's going to invest 100,000 or something silly, a load of money, for a spacesuit. So the flat earthers are going to try and muck in and get flat earth research on the side of his rocket, because if it goes viral, which it will, because it's the nuttiest shit I've ever heard. And he's a flat earther. Mad Mike. What do you think of Mad Mike? Mad Mike, Patricia? Oh, you are? Oh, Patricia Steer will be interviewing Mad Mike soon. She talked to him on the phone this morning. Oh, excellent news, Patricia. What kind of guy is he? Is he really cool? I hope so. I know he's a flat earther, and I just never seen him online or anything about him. But this jump apparently done back in 2009, something like that. I know nothing of it. Yeah, really cool. Really excited. Man, that comes off. And it's outside of them, see. It's not a space agency, guys. This is something we can believe, you know. Cameras on board. Let's see what he sees. Let's see what he gets. Or when he jumps out of this balloon. I'm wondering about this apparent re-entry that's supposed to exist, where they reach, 2,500 degrees, the melting point of God knows dome. It's ridiculous, this re-entry. I don't believe that exists, I don't believe they get to these heat. I don't believe they got technology that will withstand them heats of re-entry and keep humans alive, if I'm honest. So it's a beautiful day in sunny Wales land. Yeah, he's cool, full of energy, very committed, awake to everything. Legal name, fraud, etc. Is he now? So he's well aware of the straw man unfolding. Okay, this is a real good news. Mad Mike, eh? So yeah, I'll put it, if you haven't seen it already, guys, I'll put the link in the descriptions box for Kylie's video. It came out late last night, so it hasn't been up and running many hours. A hangout I was in earlier was with Exposure Truth, where we talked about stellar parallax or orbital mechanics, which was interesting. And what else have I been up to? Stan's built a sign. Excellent, Stan. Keep us up to date, Stan, if you see this video. I know you're not in chat, but Space Cowboy, keep us up to date on this sign, so maybe we can get some film of it and get it out on the internet as well. I'm going to be watching this live feed tonight and keep an eye on these disturbances. Hopefully they don't send in infiltrators and riots and trigger off a civil war in my country. Because the last time this happened was in 1984. They rioted in every city: Toxteth, Brixton, Lewisham, Moss Side. Every city had major riots, and it was the summer when Britain burned. All the cities had clouds of smoke over them. Really unusual thing, like a war. But they stamped that out, and we haven't had nothing since, except a minor strike. This is the biggest thing. This is a major psychological operation, and we need to basically keep this in check. We need to watch this really closely. We really do, because if they can kill innocents and tell you to sit still and stay there and burn to death, then you're not safe. You're not safe in your own home. Timaeus, one love Timaeus, Dan. No, maybe not civil war as such, but the anger that I witnessed last night on this live feed, Dan. A couple of flat earthers was in there, yeah. You could feel it. It's raw, and they really do get what's been going on, especially with these property developers. And now it can't be swept back under the carpet. They can't stifle this story out, because it's out. We know what happened. They can't get out of it. And there was a lot of racial hate in that chat, Dan. There was 1,200 people, and they were just spewing racial hate, saying, "I hate Muslims," and a Muslim fridge started the fire. Well, that's bullshit, guys. Listen, they didn't find a loose pipe to a back of a fridge freezer in that fucking block of flats. It must have been like apocalypse in there. Everything's gutted. One fridge would look like any other, and you couldn't tell where it started. And just to be blaming people is part of them. They put that rumour out. Because they want to divide us even more, and they're doing a brilliant job of it. Absolutely brilliant. I feel sorry for these people. They're killing the poor. The rich are killing the poor. Make way for luxury apartments, no less. Well, let's get the priorities in order, eh? I need to get a drink, guys, so I'll be wrapping this up soon. I just wanted to get some information out. Looking into there's my new camera tripod. Caleb, Dred, I'm just talking about you. We are very, very well. You're in bed when you were live all morning, and basically, up at the crack of dawn, doing your epic flat earth stuff later, so you're having to lay down and chill out for hours, is it, Dred, my brother? Which is awesome. It was a good show this morning, Dred. Really enjoyed the talk about parallax and the like. We covered some good points. You hit upon some good points, especially with these stars, and, if we're going in a certain direction, which, if you watch Eric Dubé's videos about which direction we're going in, well, they say there's no up and down or left or right, and it's relative, but yet with our actual rotation, they have fixed an axis, so they fixed a point up, point down, or a northwest, south, and east. So my Eric Dubé's video, I don't know whether that's accurate, but he reckons we're spinning in different directions at the same time, intermittently. And also, they are saying that we are a clockwise rotational galaxy, and all of the stars are whipping around in a clockwise way. So, yeah, you would definitely, if you were moving away from that respective star, going at a certain speed, you would see a change. It would be 100% definite. So that is a definite something there. Apart from the parallax not moving day after day, which it should. Gives rise to the constellations you see above you don't change over time, or in our time, or maybe 200 years. We can look into the past. We can know that they're fixed. Before, don't know. Now, if it was an extended plane, these stars would have to look different. They would have to be more spaced out. Or is there other constellations and in this light show that we see above us in a canopy stretched out over the other continent? Or is it just that big, the dome, or the if there is a dome or a canopy or electromagnetic or whatever other mechanism the lights are put into, would it be extended out over to an extended plane, or would our sky look different? I think about that, because you've got to think about, we see the same sky every night, so what would they see in different ponds? Would it be the same sky, or would it be different constellations, different parts of the sky that we observe on this flat plane? Food for thought. Anyway, food for thought. Yeah, I put flat earth with a P. Dred, I think it's the new style we have to go into, writing flat, because well, it's more a drink. Shroomy, morning Shroomy, alien UFO time. Yes, there's no such thing, but we'll let you ride it because you're Shroomy and you are an alien. We all know. Okay. Happy days, Joy. So I hope you're all enjoying the 3 moons. Yeah. So I hope you're all enjoying the lovely, beautiful summer day. I'm really proud of Stuart Melville there in chat last night in this live news stream, getting great success with our polite and really civil approach to waking people up. And I think we had good success. Flat. That's going to catch that, is Mark. Flat. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to hang around. That's me getting my, basically, I'm a prolific video maker. I'm trying to get as many videos, evidences, proofs, and information out as I possibly can within my lifetime span, because that's what I'm doing. You've got 2 ways of living your life. You can sit down and you fuck all about the wrong you see in the world, or you can do something within the parameters of the galaxy. And just the way we do it is the online psychic warfare revolution that is the Flat Earth Awakening, which is a very, very, very real thing. Like this fella we had on, Dred had on his show this morning in Expose the Truth. He's a really cool fella. I think he lives in Connecticut, but he was seeing the light still existing at 10:30 in the evening, right, in the northern sky. Well, I see the sun go down in the west northern sky by there, but I mean, this light was just lingering, and he could literally get a perspective within his being for this sun on the moon actually rotating the plane rather than it going down over a make-believe cartoon ball. So that's what happens when you're a flat earther. You start to change. I call it lateral thinking or linear thinking, where you just change your perspective of how you see the sun and the moon moving, and you can feel it, and you can see how it works, and it does come into perspective. You can see that it's not rising around no ball. And once you're flat earth and you get the eyes for it, you will see this plane and the way it works. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we haven't tweaked the math. We haven't had a couple of 100 years to build up a mountain of evidence to support it, have we? We've had 2 years, so we're doing well. Felix, I am much love to you, girl. I hope my lips are in sync with my my talking, because sometimes when I share screen, my lips tend to go slow motion. Kitty Boo, lovely to see you, good. Lovely to see you. So thank you all, guys. I'm moving on now to go and do something else for my day, namely make a stir fry. I've got a vegetable stir fry sitting there waiting to be fried with some soy sauce, which will be bloody lovely. And I'm going to have that now. I'm starving. I'm thirsty as well. Okay. Peace and love. Be good. I'm very proud of Flat Earthers. They're such an awesome, unbelievably epic bunch of people. I can't even put it into words. Okay. So obviously avoid any drama at all costs. There was a bit of a kicking wrong last night, but Martin can't be fucking bothered. It's too stupid. I will support friends where I see they've been wrong, but that's about it. Okay. Don't get involved. It's bullshit. And there's too much to do. So my post today is about the Hubble deep space bullshit image, which they wouldn't be able to take or keep an exposure open for that long on a ball of spinning in their model. Okay, they don't think this out. Like dinosaurs mating, Dread? They don't think this shit out, do they? Dinosaurs having half an hour on the chair. They don't think that out, do they? Yeah, T-Rex eating a Mars bar. I'd like to see that. Maybe a fried Mars bar. No. Hey, peace and love. I'm going to go, guys. Enjoy the day. I'll see you on the scene later. I will be around, okay? So remember, Patricia's going to map my the crazy flat earther. Well, he's not crazy. He's obviously a really intelligent, cool person who's going to show people of the plane what shape it actually is outside of their brainwashing bullshit. It's a good day, isn't it, guys? Are you excited? Be excited. Be very excited. I am. See you later, guys. I got to go and do some stuff. Have a good day.